All right, in today's video, what we're going to run through is we're going to run through events. This is a great option for your business if they host any kind of ongoing webinars or training sessions. If you're going to be attending conferences, you can create an events calendar of where you are planning to be able to give people another avenue of being able to reach out to you and see kind of what you're all about. So let's get started. Inside of your admin dashboard, go over to plugins and then add new plugin. Or if you're already in the plugins area, you can click this big button up here, add new plugin. Then we're just going to search for events calendar, and it should take a second. There it is, the events calendar. This is our preferred one. If you're doing it off on your own, Amelia also is a great option as well. There's a ton of them. You can just continue to scroll through. There's just tons, literally tons of them. 742 to be exact, as of this video here. So we'll go ahead and install this plugin. It'll take a couple of seconds to go through. There, it's installed. Go ahead and click activate and get it activated. Now, this part here, I'm going to go ahead and skip, but what you'll basically do is if you go through this, you're going to go ahead and get the quick setup. Here's the get started guide. Here's how to dive deeper to be able to go into things that aren't covered in this video. You have their knowledge base, and all of this stuff is great. It's not a big deal on how to be able to use any of it, but you don't have to go through any of this to be able to use it. What we're going to talk about is how to be able to get started quickly. So we're going to go over to events, and you can say, hey, look, we don't have any events. Let's say we're going to go to WordCamp in Portland. That is this year, 2024, in Portland, Oregon this year. So in here, this is going to be your description of the event, just to keep it simple. You can add as much or as little content in here as you would like. You can also use the same type of tags and categories as you do have for your pages and for your posts as well. But these are going to be isolated to the events themselves. But you can create new types of events. So in this case here, this is going to be a meet and greet. You can just add events. You can do, maybe it's a distributor meeting. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You can just add those in there. Then you define what the date and time start and end are, as well as what time zone that will be in. And on this side, it defaults to whatever the time zone your current your website is set up for, and I'll go into that a little bit later in another video. But this one here is, we're just going to use the default. Let's say it's going to start at 8 a.m. We're going to say tomorrow, ends at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and that's great. You can enter in the venue name, the address, city, select a country if it's not in the US, state, postal code, kind of go through all of that information, as well as the organizer. So if you aren't the organizer, you can partner up and say, hey, here are all the organizers for this event. So in this case here, the organizer name would be WordPress. We're not the organizer as our company. We're just an attendee of the event. So you can go in and add that there. The event website. So if there is an event website where they have to like buy tickets, if you aren't the one selling the tickets, this would be the link to be able to direct people over to. And you can either set this up or, what it even says right here, enter 0 for events that are free, or leave blank to hide the field. So if you set this to 0, well, let's just do that. We're going to go ahead and add in this, and the country code is USD. Inside of that, the excerpt, same thing. This is for the search engine optimization portion. You add in a little excerpt, and it'll show up kind of in the different areas of the theme if your theme uses excerpts, or from social, or not social media, inside of the search results when you are doing a Google search. So inside of this, we'll just go in and we'll add in, WordPress. I don't know their phone number, but their thing is there. We're not going to have an email address listed. We're just going to keep it as that. This is the Oregon Convention Center, I think, is where they're hosting it this year. It's in Portland. I'm just going to fill out as much as I can remember. In the United States, there. It is in Oregon. I don't know that. And we're going to do this one too. This is WordCamp.com. Maybe it's .org. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. All right, so now that it's all filled out, we have the start and end time, we have the category, we have, event options. Is it going to be a scheduled event? Has it been postponed or even canceled? You can go through and set that. Again, the featured image. I'm going to skip all that just so you can kind of see what those things are. Where's my required field? Try it again. Oh, enter a URL. Sorry, guys. There we go. Now it's a URL. All right, and publish. So now we actually have a link here we can click on and we can actually view it. So here is WordCamp Portland. That's the name of the event. This is the start and end times. Because we put a $0 amount in that field, if we come back into it, this field here, if it's 0, let's go ahead and leave it empty. And if we update and then view it again, you can see that it's actually missing. So if you're not the one hosting it or not the organizer yourself, and you're not the one selling tickets, just leave it empty. Let the people at the event go ahead and take care of it. Here's that description of the event. We have quick access to add to my Google Calendar or iCloud, Office 365, etc. There. You can see here the WordPress as the organizer and a quick link to view their website. There it is. And then back here, we have meet and greet. We can view the categories. So in this case here, we only have the one event, so it doesn't really do us much good. But if we had a bunch of meet and greets scheduled through a period of time, you have that option there. Venue website, we can click on that. I don't know if I put in a venue website for that. No. So the venue there, Oregon Convention Center. So this should be the venue. I made a mistake back there. This spot here, we can edit the venue. And this would be the Oregon Convention Center's website, not WordCamp. That was my bad. But you can go in and add or a whole bunch of organizers, venues, they all interlink. So when you're actually visually looking at this, you can see and just repeat and reuse this over and over and over and over again without having to worry about any kind of mistypo or like typos, or maybe someone put the wrong zip code, or any of those kind of things can happen. And it gives you a little Google map down here so that you can kind of visualize the area, zoom out if you need to, or zoom in if you need to be able to identify exactly where this is in the area. That is a quick run through. I'm going to go back into the dashboard here and just show you some of the other cool things inside of the events area that you can go in and add. You also have the same options here to be able to do a quick edit. So if you wanted to go ahead and say, well, this is 2024, you can quickly do that by adding in the numbers here. You can also add tags. You can't add new categories, but you can obviously manage the categories in here, and you can quickly run through and say, okay, yep, this is scheduled, whatever the case is, we'll update. So now you can see it's here. And the URL also has the 2024 up top, as well as it already automatically updated the title of the post. So if we go back in here and we come down, you can see this event was canceled. It's raining. Rain delay. I don't know. It's Oregon. It's possible, right? So when we come back to it, it'll actually say, hey, this event is canceled due to rain delay, or whatever you want to say on that end. If you have any questions about the event section, there's just so much I can dive into, but that's a good start with your events, how to be able to create events, edit them, trash them, restore them, all of that fun stuff, along with venues and organizers. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them below and I will respond.